Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So the earnings report season have already started. It started last week and a lot of the companies that I own have reported this week. So I want to go over some of these companies. I'm going to go over 5 today and I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think about the company, what I think about the quarter. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you guys one company I could potentially sell based on what is going on in terms of their financials, in terms of the news, things that I'm hearing at the moment. Now, if you haven't joined us in the Patreon account, that will be absolutely amazing. If you can join us, the link is on the description section, as well as, of course, give the video a like. So I want to try to make the video as short as I possibly can. So let's get started. What you see right in front of you right now is my actual portfolio. I know a lot of you are new to the channel. You've been asking me questions about this portfolio. So I will be doing an update at the end of the month. So in a couple of more days, and I will be doing a whole update. The first company I'm going to talk about today is Visa. Visa has reported its earnings just this week, and as you can see in the last 5 days, they actually down a little bit. So when the earnings came up, actually they were down a bit, and the reason they were down is for a couple of things. Okay, so when you look at the actual quarter they reported, they beat top line, bottom line, and so on. One of the reasons they actually has basically the stock went down is this. So let me just quickly show you. So this is the first quarter of 2024 that they've just reported, and as you can see here, the net revenue was up about 9%, and then the EPS was actually up also 10%. So normally this company reports double digits, okay, but this time it's about 9% and then 10%, which is not bad at all, okay, but that means maybe business is slowing down. So that's something that you have to bear in mind. Now the next thing I want to talk about now is this part here. So the key business and drivers. So the payment volume was up, okay, cross-border volume excluding intra-Europe was up, cross-border volume was total was up, processed transactions was also up. So again, it's all up, nothing basically to worry about in terms of this, but of course it's slightly lower than where it used to be. And one of the main concerns for this quarter was this part here. Okay, so the payment volume growth side of things, as you can see, is actually has come down quite a bit. So around November of this year, it was hovering over around 5%, 6%, and now we're coming back down to almost to 3% here. Okay, and that's the reason why some analysts said, okay, business is slowing down. For that reason, okay, they thought it's a sell. Now, this is the problem I have with people, okay? I'm not here to invest in companies so I can actually monitor their data, or I can monitor their data quarterly, whatever. But also, I'm looking at from 10 years perspective, and 5 years, 10 years and more, especially a company like Visa. So if this quarter was down, and of course, you know, the company is trading higher multiples, which it is right now. Okay, some people will sell it and take that off the table or whatever. That's absolutely fine. Profit taking is absolutely nothing to worry about. I do all the time. But just to say the company has actually gone down and then sell it because you're scared of what might happen, that's not good. For me, I would love this company to come back down another 10, 15, 20% because I know it's a quality business that I want to hold for a long time. So for those people who are scared of basically and started selling it, thank you. Basically, I actually appreciate that. You know, I would love this company to come down quite a bit. So actually, I can add to my position, inshallah. Right, a couple of more things regarding this. As you can see here, the calculated free cash flow here, we're looking at about 3.347 right now as we speak. And basically that's how much basically they made in this quarter, and look what they've done also at the same time in terms of return to shareholders. So share repurchases was $3.35 billion, and dividend was just over $1 billion. So they've actually spent more. They probably had to dig into the actual free cash flow because the quarter wasn't able to cover this part here. So over basically $4.3 billion to 3 point. So they had to maybe get. They have to quite. I think they've got about $19 billion of free cash flow. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what they have. So there's nothing to worry about that in terms of that. And final thing I want to talk about is basically moving forward. Where are we? Okay, so the net revenue growth they're expecting upper mid to high single digit for the quarter, and then for EPS they're expecting high teens, which is absolutely fine, right? But for the full year, low double digit, which is basically really good, and low teens as well. So they are guiding, they think basically between now and the end of the year the business will pick up and they will do better, because if they basically saying high single digits here and then low double digits, they must think the end of the year hopefully will be way better than how the year started already. And like I said again, if the stock comes down quite a bit, I'm more than happy to add to, but based on what I've seen, I have nothing to worry about, and I'm going to continue holding on to this, inshallah. So another company that has reported is J&J. Is down about 2% for the week, and they have reported, so they beat the top line, they beat the bottom line. The basic guidelines was actually fine. There was nothing to, they've kind of confirmed to what they had before. In terms of full year financial, the full year 2023 financial highlights, as you can see, the sales were actually up in 2023. That's about 7% up. In terms of GAAP earnings was actually down a bit. GAAP EPS was actually down a bit as well, about 15%. Earnings, adjusted earnings is actually up as well, and then adjusted EPS is actually up as well. So there's nothing really up, because this, remember this, I think this might be, or the next one might be the first time they actually reporting without the consumer section. Okay, because remember they did this split. So having a look at basically the actual financial of the company, I'm not worried about. But let me show you what I'm really genuinely worried about. Oh, by the way, they are now reporting only these two sections, which is quite fine. So innovative medicine and then medtech. And as you can see, both of them actually in 2023 quarter was actually almost in line with what they've had. So this one here, so medtech here was 1.7 this time last year. Right now it's 1.2, so it's down a bit. And when you look at the innovative medicine, was basically 5 billion, and then right now it's 5.1 billion. So it's almost the same. There's nothing huge to worry about in terms of that. My concern about this company is this part here. And if we go back here, look at these headlines. Okay, so there are J&J Inc.'s an 150 million deal with Washington state to settle opium claims. So this has been kind of ongoing thing, and they have now settled it. Now, they were expecting to pay, I think they put aside about 400 million for this settlement, but now they have to pay about 700 million settlement. I really don't like this, because I already own this dead one here, okay, 3M. It's been absolutely dead sitting there for a while now. I haven't sold it when I should have, but I'm definitely getting rid of it sooner or later. And now to add to the whole problem, we've got J&J as well. So these two companies are right now giving me a lot of headache. So this one here, I'm still in the green. So I'm considering, okay, I'm going to do a little bit more research in the next couple of days, and then possibly sell this and take that £4,400 and buy another, or put it into another company, inshallah. But as always, I will let you know what I do with this. Okay, this is the reason why I always say to you guys, you'll probably be better off investing in ETFs without the headache. Right, next one is Procter & Gamble, which is one of my favorite companies. Is up about 6% for the week. It has reported their earnings, so they beat top line. Top line was actually a miss, and bottom line was actually a beat. They basically reconfirmed everything that we expected. There was no surprises in there. And looking at their business here, okay, the net sales break up is, for example, the beauty, the grooming, and the healthcare. And as you can see, the beauty side of it was 1.1% up year on year. In terms of the grooming was 5.5, and in terms of healthcare was about 4%. So it was nothing huge, to be honest, and the volume was actually gone up. But the health, fabric, and home care was actually, the volume was actually no, that was done, because that's that minus 6%. So it's overall, it's not the best quarter they've had, but this is the type of business that grows slowly every single year, 5%, 10% their earnings. So there was no huge surprises, nothing absolutely to worry about. But of course, the fact that they missed the top line was a bit concerning. But again, it's only about 60 million, and again, it all depends on because remember, this company is very worldwide. It depends on how the dollar is doing, how the rest of the world is doing, and so on. So I wouldn't be really concerned about what this company has reported this quarter. I will wait until the end of the year just to kind of have the full picture. Just quickly, a couple of more companies. The next one is Union Pacific. It has reported and down about 1%. nothing huge, nothing to worry about in terms of top line, bottom line. They both beat. Everything seems okay. Kind of expected what would basically happen in the real and the there it is. Sorry, I couldn't even find. So in terms of the revenue, I'm not really concerned about basically what the company has reported. I kind of expected it is kind of slowed in the business this year. But when you look at the full year for 2023, you can see cash from operations, okay, 2022, right now in 2023, it has declined a little bit. Cash basically returned to shareholders, which is one of the reasons I own this company. In terms of share buybacks, last year they made about $6.2 billion. This year's was only about 3.8 US dollars. Dividend side of things, that was $1 billion, $3.1 billion last year. Right now, $3.1.7 billion. So again, the company is basically still giving us a lot of free cash, basically giving us back some of the cash they've actually generated. And the cash they generated last year was about 2.7. This year is about 1.5. So in terms of these things, a little bit decline. Yes, these things can happen in 1 year. The next year, the company can bounce back. So there's no issues for me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm holding on to this business and I'm not going to do anything with it. The final company I want to talk about today is ASML. As you can see, is up 12% for this quarter. It's done absolutely amazing job in terms of basically what they've done in the last quarter. Looking at the numbers, so this company is actually expected to grow faster in the next few months, in the next couple of years. And one of the things I wanted to share with you guys is this, okay? If you look at, let me see if I can zoom in. If you can see lithography systems sold, okay, in units, they sold in new ones and the old ones. So the used ones is this part and the new ones are here. So they've sold 113, which was about almost a 19% up year on year, and about 11% used ones, which is basically almost flat. So again, because of that growth, as you can see here, new ones, because of that growth, and the company is done really well. And of course, this is one of the products that every single company out there that makes those chips that go into every single thing that we have in terms of devices uses. In order to be able to create this, they need those systems that's created by this company. So I thought the China situation might have impact on this company, but it actually hasn't, which is quite nice for us to see. Again, that might impact in the coming months. We don't know yet, but as far as I'm concerned, the company is actually doing well. I'm not really concerned about what they have reported. Both top line, bottom line is actually beat. And of course, I'm going to hold on to it since actually they reported. I think it might be, okay, so now it's still second biggest company that I own in this portfolio. So I'm going to continue holding on to this. It's kind of overvalued right now. So next couple of days, I will be doing videos on the companies that have reported, number one, to go look at their financials to see if they are buy. And of course, I'm going to update the watch list. So if you are on the Patreon, you can get a hold of that, inshallah. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video here because I don't want to make it any longer. There's a lot of other companies that have reported, so I will be looking at that, seeing if there's anything worth. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of some of the companies that basically that I own that have reported already, because I know some of you own these companies and you want to see. The only one that I'm actually concerned about is J&J, and of course the 3M has been I've been trying to sell this for a while and it's just going to sit there for now. But J&J, I'm going to have to look at a bit more detail in the next few weeks and make a decision, because I genuinely do not like the news that I'm hearing. And so yeah, I'll let you know, inshallah. Assalamu Alaikum.